Hello students, today we are going to discuss the indeterminacy of frame. In this topic, the first parameter which we are going to see is the static indeterminacy. Now we know that the static indeterminacy is the number of unknown external as well as internal reactions which cannot be determined by the theory of equilibrium alone. That type of indeterminacy is known as static indeterminacy. Now in frame, we can calculate the static indeterminacy by using the formula dSE plus dSi, that is the external static indeterminacy plus internal static indeterminacy. Or we have one more formula, that is ds is equals to 3c minus rr, where rr is the release reaction and c is the number of cut required to open the, or number of cut required to obtain the cantilever structure. Okay, now suppose that we have a frame here like this. One support is hinge and other two supports are fixed. Now if we want to obtain the cantilever structure, we need to put 4 cuts here. Now what will be the value of ds? It will be equals to 3 into 4 minus release reaction. Now what do you mean by release reaction? Suppose that if there will be a support which is not fixed, now if we want to convert that support into fixed support, then how many reaction will be required? Suppose that in this frame this support is hinge support. Now these have only two reaction, that is vertical and horizontal reaction. Now if we want to convert this support into fixed support, we require one more reaction here for the conversion of hinge support to fixed support. So the release reaction value will be equals to 1. It means that the number of reactions required to convert any support into fixed support is known as release reaction. Now we subtract here one value and it will be equals to 11, that is the static indeterminacy. Okay, now this formula is only valid when the structure or frame is having no internal hinge. Okay, now we had discussed the static indeterminacy. Now we can move to the external static indeterminacy. Now if we want to compute the external static indeterminacy, then the formula will be same as that of beam, that is R minus S, where R is the support reaction and S is the equilibrium condition. In case of frame, the equilibrium condition will be 3 for both the cases, that is for general loading as well as for vertical loading, because horizontal reaction will also be developed in case of vertical loading. Okay, now suppose that we have a frame here whose two supports are fixed as we had discussed previously, and one support is hinge. Okay, now if we want to compute the DSC for this frame, then the number of reaction will be equals to 3, 3 and 2. So the total number of reaction will be equals to 8 and the equilibrium condition will be equals to 3. So the total external static indeterminacy will be equals to 5. Now if we want to compute the internal static indeterminacy, then it will be equals to 3c, where c is the number of cuts applied to open the closed loop. Now for opening the closed loop, we need to put 2 cuts here. Now what will be the value of DSI? It will be equals to 3c. It means that 3 into 2, which will be equals to 6. Now if we want to compute the total static indeterminacy, then it will be the sum of external static indeterminacy plus internal static indeterminacy, which will be equals to 5 plus 6. Now if in a structure, if any internal hinge will be present, now we need to compute the internal static indeterminacy for this frame. Now we need to subtract from this 3c the number of member minus 1, number of members connecting at the internal hinge, connecting at the internal hinge minus 1. Okay, now if at this point two members are connecting with internal hinge, then we need to subtract only 1. So if internal hinge is connected to n member, then we need to subtract only n minus 1 from the 3c. By this we can determine the internal static indeterminacy for the frame subjected to internal hinges. Okay, now the next parameter is the kinematic indeterminacy of the frame. Now we need to compute the kinematic indeterminacy of the frame. We had bifurcated this kinematic indeterminacy into two types. First one is the when member of frames are flexible or extensible. Since the member of the frames are flexible or extensible, then vertical displacement, which is shown here, horizontal displacement, which is shown here, as well as the rotation will takes place. Okay, as well as the rotation will takes place like this. Okay, now at each joint there will be three displacement component, that is the vertical displacement, horizontal displacement, and rotation will be taking place like this. So in case of flexible or extensible member, in case of frames, at each and every joint there will be three displacement components, or there will be three movements which is possible, that is the vertical displacement, the horizontal displacement, and the rotation. So this frame has two joints C and D, so the total number of displacement component will be 6, that is 3 at support or 3 at joint C as well as 3 at joint D. Now support A and B are fixed, which is having 0 degree of freedom. So the total degree of kinematic indeterminacy for this frame will be equals to 6, which will comprises of theta C, which is shown here, theta D, which is shown here. Okay, vertical displacement at C, vertical displacement at D, horizontal displacement at C, and the horizontal displacement at D. Now in case of flexible or extensible member in the frames, each joint will be subjected to three types of displacement, that is vertical, horizontal, and rotation. Okay, now the second case will be the rigid member or inextensible member. Now in rigid member or inextensible member, each joint will be subjected to only one rotation, only one rotation. There will not be any vertical displacement of the member, because axial deformation of beams and column is not considered due to rigidity of the members. Okay, so the beam will neither contract or the column will neither contract nor expand, but the horizontal displacement of joint will takes place. Now due to this horizontal displacement of joint C, there will be the horizontal displacement of joint D. So both this horizontal displacement will be equal in magnitude, that is delta HC will be equals to delta HD. So we can say that in case of axially rigid frames or inextensible frame, all the joints will be subjected to only one displacement, that is rotation, and there will be only one story displacement. Okay, there will be only one story displacement, which is indicated by delta H here. So in this frame there will be two joint, that is C and D. So at C joint there will be only one displacement, at joint D there will be only one displacement, and this frame is having only one story, so it is subjected to only one story displacement or one story horizontal displacement, that is H. So the total degree of kinematic indeterminacy of this frame will be equals to 3. Now note is there, that is in case of axially rigid members, the axial deformation of beams and column is not considered, due to which beam CD neither will contract nor will expand, hence the horizontal deflection of point C and D will be exactly same. Now that is all about the indeterminacy of frame. Thank you very much, students.